I do think it's absolutely insane that Robert Sarver is just going to receive a 1-year ban and $10 million fine and just return to the sidelines next year and return to the building next year.
Why is everyone so serious? This is amazing. He's gone. This is awesome.
We finally got rid of that son of a bitch, Robert Sarver. I'll be honest, Salty, I didn't think that this was ever going to happen. There's been so many attempts to go at Robert Sarver.
You should have gone for the head.
But they finally did it. I don't know how they did it. I don't care how they did it. What were your thoughts, Salty, when this news finally rang through the heavens?
Have you guys ever seen a commercial that says, if you have an erection lasting more than 4 hours, please contact your doctor? Well, that was my reaction, an instant boner, because I've been waiting for this news my whole life. Well, since 2004, it has been chains weighing down the Suns nation, okay? We had this cheapskate leech, whatever you want to call him, from U of A coming in and, scrounging up the pennies, barely buying the team for $400 million and being a cheapskate that nobody liked. Suns fans, non-Suns fans, players. I've never seen a guy, an individual, this hated that stuck around for so long. He's like a wart that just keeps coming back. No matter what you try to throw at him. There's this old lady when they were trying to get the public funding for the arena and the renovations. And she said,
"He's so tight, he squeaks when he walks."
And that's so true, man. I am so happy. This is better than a championship, Gabe, honestly. Honestly, my joy and my happiness levels that we're finally smoking on that Sarver pack exceeds what would happen if we would have won a championship, to be honest, because what this means for the future of the franchise going forward, one of the most beloved, one of the most historically winning franchises in the NBA without a championship, the purple and orange Phoenix Suns, harken back to the days of Jerry Colangelo 93 with the Suns and Charles Barkley, Danny Ainge, Dan Marley. It's just returning to those days, the days where this was a destination, a place where people wanted to be, marquee franchise players wanted to be here. And ever since Robert Sarver gained ownership of the team, once the players that Colangelo got here, and then he signed Steve Nash somehow, and then made all these bad decisions with Joe Johnson and Amari Stoudemire, and we just were garbage for 10 years. Unthinkable with a franchise like this, because we're just used to success, playoffs every year, and tend to have this schmuck come in and screw everything up, call it Planet Orange, change the complete visibility of the team, make them a laughing stock of the league. It's been a nightmare, literally. Freddy Krueger, this is the guy, Robert Sarver's haunting the Phoenix Suns' dreams, nightmares for years. 2004 is a long time away from where we are now. We're almost in 2024, so we almost had 20 years of this schmuck. And you can imagine the kind of relief that Suns fans are having across all the internet around the world. They're popping bottles, literally. You can find videos of that. They're organizing a celebration event in Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns fans are some of the most passionate basketball fans you'll ever meet, not just in the NBA, but just basketball in general. The Phoenix Suns organization was the first pro team to come to Arizona, and they call Phoenix the largest small town you'll ever see in your life, and that's just facts. This is a basketball team, no matter what the Cardinals try to tell you, and it just is good to see my fellow Suns nation celebrating. Honestly, like, this is better than getting KD, because just the future possibilities are limitless.
Well said, man. And I think a skeptic would look at this situation and say, well, what does this do for the Phoenix Suns in the here and now? Robert Sarver wasn't on the court making mistakes, but you hit it on the head. What this really does for us is free up a world of opportunity. not only will players be more likely to want to come play with us now, because that was something that was hurting us, but he was also a goddamn cheapskate, Salty. So we have an opportunity to get someone in here who is an actual rich person, not this guy who's like me driving around in a nice car that I can barely afford.
Just to give you an example of where the Suns were at before and where they are now, trust me, the Sarver situation weighed in on decisions for future free agents to come here. A lot of the time during that time period, even though we just sucked, it wasn't an option because of him. It's like, why would you go play for a cheapskate owner that has question marks all over the board when you can go play for someone else? And when it's such a small things that make the decisions, the difference between one player going somewhere and another, the owner is a huge part of that. And like I said before, I joked about it, but Robert Sarver literally, when he bought this team, was bringing all of his assets together to, be able to purchase this. This isn't like, a billionaire like Jeff Bezos who shits out $100 bills, right? Or wipes his ass with $1,000 bills, who's worth, whatever amount of billions of dollars. This is a guy that got rich through the real estate market and then bought the team at a good time. And the valuations of the team are minimum 2.5 billion. That's minimum. That comes from Forbes. So I'm thinking that the team's going to sell anywhere from like 3 to 4. And there's going to be a bidding war because pro sports teams don't just come up randomly. It's very rare that you get an opportunity to buy a team of this caliber. Plus, you got Adrian Wojnarowski tweeting out the Suns are considered an extremely desirable franchise in the marketplace and will have no shortage of high-level ownership candidates. As a warm weather destination in the West, league executives always believed this could be a monster free agent destination with right ownership. And that's 1000% correct. They have Super Bowls here. The next Super Bowl is going to be here. When it's not hot here, this is a marquee destination. It's one of the biggest markets out there, TV wise. And just, it's just the population is exploding and it's a perfect NBA town. I'm telling you this. This was the first team that got here. They have established roots, and this Suns fan base is just chomping at the bit to taste its first championship. And now, if you bring in someone like a Jeff Bezos with unlimited capital to be able to invest in the team, a team that can regularly spend into the luxury tax, that's insane. The possibilities of where this franchise could go are limitless. Honestly, in my opinion, Robert Sarver does have the ultimate final say on who gets to buy the team, but don't get it twisted. This dude's going to sell it to the person that can spend the most money. So if Jeff Bezos or someone like that that's super rich wants to buy this team, if it's a difference between 4 and 4.2 billion, of course they're going to throw in that extra change and get it done. I'm just excited to have new blood, new decision making. And with the established core that we have, one of the best GMs out there, one of the best coaches, one of the best young cores out there, the top shooting guard in the league with Devin Booker. He's on the cover of 2K. It's a perfect storm, per se, as they say, for the Suns to take the jump to the next level and finally get the championship that they've been looking for over, 40 plus years.
It's poetry. I mean, it really does. You're right. It feels like it's the right time. Every time a team goes up for sale, Jeff Bezos is the number one name because he's like one of the richest guys in the world. And it doesn't seem like Elon Musk is much of a sporting chap. I don't know if he has really any actual interest in the Phoenix Suns. I don't even need it to be Jeff Bezos. If it is, great. If not, look what happened with the Clippers when Ballmer got to town. The attitude changed. Free agents wanted to come there. They are the favorite this season, Salty. I hate to break it to anybody who might have still thought it was us. The Clippers are the favorite to win the title this year after being a complete shit show for decades. Now, we are not a shit show. Like you said, we are in a position to win now. Our city is beautiful. Our women are beautiful. Scottsdale is beautiful.
New practice facility, brand new in Paradise Valley, renovated stadium. Another rumored candidate to buy the Suns is ex-Disney CEO Bob Iger. So there's a picture of him on Twitter that I liked. He's standing next to Adam Silver, the Slenderman. This dude definitely has the money to spend. He's been rumored before in the past. So I think it's just going to be a good thing for the Suns because you're going to have a bidding war. And I think the richest person's going to come out on top. And whoever that is, the NBA is going to make sure they don't run into a Robert Sarver 2.0. So they're going to make sure that they pick the right candidate. I'm pretty sure, even though that Robert Sarver has final say. Like I said, I think that they're going to be somewhere in the ballpark of 3 to 5 billion, probably more closer to 3 or something like that. But
going into this season, Salty, we're on kind of a downswing. We got our backs broken by Luka. We didn't get KD, and I've talked about our window closing and damn near being shut for a while. This reopens our window. Maybe long term.
Yeah, I mean, you look at some of the most successful franchises in all of sports, the Spurs, the Patriots in the NFL, all of them have kind of connections where it's like the synergy between ownership, GM, and coach. Once we get all that hemmed up, the future's bright. Because CP3 will go away, but as long as you have Devin Booker and you have your core and stuff, and you have the players you can target, you can maintain success. And that's the most, exciting part to this whole thing is in the future, if players are available, maybe you'll grab a free agent that you couldn't get before because of a new owner that's willing to spend, or maybe your team will be more talented because you go over the cap consistently because you want to pay to win. That's the exciting thing. It's not just this year or the year after that. That's like, it's 20 years into the future, maintaining Suns tradition and success. And that's what I'm most excited for.
Normally at this point, I would say, tell us what you think in the comments below. But I know what you think. I know you're all super excited. So, flood the comments with congratulatory cheers. We're less than 10 days away from the preseason starting. We're going to have a lot more content more regularly. Took a little bit of a break during the doldrums of the off season. Stay tuned for that. Can't wait to talk to you guys next time. And as always, go Suns.